Hey there friends, Foster the Canadian here, and for a little bit of a twist, we are going to be playing Crazy King on Pinnacle. So, let's bake this cake. Woo! Oh! Oh man, that has got to be the worst way I've ever started up a game. Kids at home, listen up. Don't go dive bombing off cliffs when you start up games. Hurts the team, okay? That was weird. I shouldn't do that. Anyway, I won't do that again, I promise. A lot of you have been asking me, and before I really get started here, I should say if I sound a little different, it's because, I'm still recovering because of this. I did something incredibly stupid immediately before I started recording this video. Now, as a bit of a tradition, or, you know, what have you, I boil up some water. Wow, that was unfortunate. I boil up some water, and I mix it in with lemonade powder. And, I wait for it to cool, and then I gargle it and, you know, drink it a bit. It's, you know, sort of like tea. And it makes my throat feel pretty good, and I feel prepared. And I feel a lot better about making videos. I should have had them there when I do that. So, I go out to the kitchen, and I see that there's a pot that's already been on the burner. And there's a little bit of steam, but I don't see any bubbles, so I go and I pour it into my cup. I mix it in with the lemonade powder, and I take this huge, evasive maneuvers. I take this huge drink of it, and instantly my mouth is on fire. It is burning and sore. Everything feels like it's being torn apart. And what I didn't realize is, showstopper, yeah! God, I love getting showstoppers. Favorite medal in all of video games right there. So anyway, what I didn't realize is people were in there immediately before I was, and they had just taken the water off the burner seconds before I showed up. So, I just put boiling water in my mouth, and my tongue is still very, very sore. I think it might be a little swollen now. But the video must go on. So anyway, what you guys were asking me is how I found out what the word fetish meant, which is something I neglected to mention in my past video. Now, the way I found out what it meant is I was playing with a good friend on Xbox Live. And I said something along the lines of, wow, my team's doing really good. This is a heck of a time to have such a great hockey fetish. And he goes, oh god. So what, do you like doing it on the ice or something? And I go, what? He says, so what, do you do it on the ice or do you dress up in equipment? What the hell does this entail? I go, no, I just have a hockey fetish is all. He goes, that's what a fetish is. It's sexual. And there is this very long, awkward pause. And I go, what? No, you gotta be joking with me, right? He goes, no, it's sexual. So I pull up a dictionary, and I look up the word, and there it is. Fetish is something, I don't want to say unusual. I don't have the dictionary with me right now, but it was something along the lines of a sexual preference or something like that. Anyway, I find this out, and I am mortified. I'm just playing through my head all the times I have misused the word fetish. And I couldn't sleep for a while because I'd be like half asleep, then I'd wake up and go, oh god, I told my teacher I had an astronomical fetish. I told my lawyer that I had a beard fetish, and cops said I had beard fetish. And one thing I left out of the video that I really wanted to put in, but I just got distracted by my gameplay, was a girl walked up to me in school, and she starts talking to me, and she says, so, what kind of music do you like? And I told her, I have a Michael Jackson fetish. Now, this was probably the worst thing to say. I mean, you know, if it's a hockey fetish and a Pokemon fetish, you know, they could understand that maybe I'm using the word wrong. But when I say a Michael Jackson fetish, what must have gone through her head must have been the most horrifying thing ever thought of. And I shouldn't be waiting down here. So anyway, I told a girl that I had a Michael Jackson fetish, and I'm a fan of MC Hammer. I'm saying that right now, and I told people that not only do I have an MC Hammer fetish, I have a parachute pant fetish. Now that one's not so bad. But when I found out what it meant from my friend, he started laughing his ass off. And he invites all his friends in there, and he starts getting me to tell them what I have done. And I'm, like, pissed right now. I'm fuming at him. And I am just livid. Not at him, really, because, you know, he told me what it meant. So I am actually thankful that someone finally told me. But I'm really pissed at myself for all the times that I misused the word. And, you know, I'm running through my head all the different times that people must have thought I was a creep. And it was not very nice. What I didn't enjoy was him telling, you know, everyone on his friends list, inviting them all in so they could get a laugh. But, you know, now that it's been a while, I can look back and laugh on it, and, you know, it is sort of a funny story, so. Anyway, I was doing pretty bad at the beginning of this game. I'm doing pretty decent right now. I have a dream that I kill people with a tube. I call it a gun. Oh, speaking of dreams, this is something you guys will find pretty interesting. Or I think you'll find interesting, at least. I had a really messed up dream last night. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, I've never looked into what dreams mean or any of that stuff. But I was playing video games, and I was doing really good on the game. I was kicking total ass. I don't know what the game was. All I could remember is that it was a first-person shooter. And I was kicking ass, and I don't even remember what the game looked like in the least. I just remember being so happy that I'm doing so good. And there's a tapping on my window, so I open my window, and there's this really creepy-looking guy there. Like, you know, Darth Vader when he takes off his helmet? That kind of creepy. And he goes, "You don't know what you've done, son. You have killed the one who controls the sun." I'm like, what? I was just playing a video game. What are you talking about? And he sort of motions for me to come outside. So I go outside, and I look up, and it's nighttime. But I remember it being day, so I go, what the hell? And I look behind me, and I see this big red sun in the night sky. And it starts, like, swirling and expanding, and I'm freaking out, and I'm going, oh god, I didn't know what I was doing! I didn't know! And I start trying to think of ways to fix it. I got this spoon from my kitchen drawer, and I started trying to push the sun, and it was sort of working. And, the sun eventually explodes, and everyone on the planet just gets covered in sand, and everyone starts looking at me and going, you are the one that screwed us. This is your fault. And I remember trying to run away, but since I was in sand, I couldn't really get away, and they all started chasing me, trying to hunt me down because I blew up the sun and covered them in sand. I'd be pretty pissed too. So, I wake up as I'm trying to dig my way out of sand, and it was one of those moments where you wake up and you go, what the hell kind of dream was... What did I watch before I went to bed that would lead to that kind of dream? So anyway, that was, pretty weird. Oh, one thing I'd like to mention is on my video, Embarrassing Story Part 2, Dictator Potato made a comment that pointed out halfway through that Nutella story, I got very distracted. You see, I don't have a large attention span. And I got hit by a rocket in the middle of saying something. So what came out of my mouth was... So anyway, I had to go take a dump, and wow, that went flying. So check that out. It's at like 3:28 of the last video. But you know, in the meantime, I'm doing pretty decently here. Protector while I'm not moving, trying to capture this hill. I really do always speak too soon, don't I? And I've got a few more videos planned like this. Is Halo, you know, playing Halo Reach and telling you guys stories. I have a few stories saved up that I'm saving for a special occasion. So you guys should be on the lookout for that. So, if you like this video, and you want to see more like it, there are many more to come. And thanks for watching. Just gonna finish this game out here. And winner, winner, chicken dinner! Woo! Yeah!